Okay, before we begin, please subscribe so you don't miss any more news. Also, click on the bell icon so that you will be notified when a new video comes out. You can also click on the like button because it really helps me out. Thank you for your support. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is not an easy movie to summarize. There are many things going on and many characters to keep track of. So let's see if we can't break it down just a little bit. In Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, there are two different stories taking place in two different On one side, we have the story of Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp, Michelle, and on the other side, we have the story of Scott Lang, Paul Rudd, and his daughter Cassie, Catherine Newton. Let's start with the first one. During her days of entrapment in the quantum realm, Janet Van Dyne, Pym's wife, Hope's mother, and the original Wasp, who was lost in the quantum realm for 30 years, encounters an exiled traveler named Kong. Kong is a tough multiversal adversary trapped in the quantum realm. Who needs Pym? Particles to get his ship and a device online that would allow him to go anywhere and win in time. It is a complicated story, but basically Jeanette promises to help Kang if he helps her get home. When they manage to repair his ship, Janet betrays him, enlarging his power core beyond use. Kong, having regained his powers, eventually conquered the quantum realm afterward. Now moving on to the second storyline. After the Avengers battle against Thanos, Scott Lang, an Avenger and former petty criminal with a suit that allows him to shrink or grow in scale while increasing in strength, has become a successful memorist and has been living happily with his girlfriend, Hope Van Dyne, the daughter of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, who was handed down a similar suit and the Wasp mantle from her mother. Hope has taken back her father's company and is using the Pym particle for the betterment of humanity. Scott's now teenage daughter Cassie has become a political activist in helping people displaced by the blip, resulting in her having a strained relationship with her father. While visiting Hope's parents, Hank Pym, a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, entomologist, and physicist who became the original Ant-Man. After creating the suit and Janet, Cassie reveals that she has been working on a device that can establish contact with the quantum realm. Upon learning of this, Janet forcefully shuts off the device, but the message is received, resulting in a portal that opens and sucks the 5 of them into the quantum realm. Hank and Cassie's aunts, who by now are highly evolved, are also sucked in. Scott and Cassie are found by natives who are rebelling against their ruler, while Hope, Janet, and Pym explore a sprawling city to get answers. Oh, Janet and Pym meet with Lord, a former ally of Janet's, who reveals that things have changed since she left, and that he is now working for Kang, the quantum realm's new ruler. The three are forced to flee and steal Kryler's ship. The Langs, meanwhile, are told by rebel leader the leader of the freedom fighters rebelling against Kang's oppression of the communities in the quantum realm, that Janet's involvement with Kang is indirectly responsible for his rise to power. The rebels soon come under attack by Kang's forces led by Mordo Kang, who is revealed to be Darren Crosspym's former protege, who was shrunken to subatomic size in the quantum realm during the events of Ant-Man and became a mutated cybernetically enhanced individual with an oversized head known as him, having survived his apparent death at the hands of Scott. Aboard Kryler's ship, Janet confesses to Hope and Pym why she wanted nothing to do with the quantum realm again. Kong claimed that he and Janet could both escape from the quantum realm if she helped him rebuild his multiversal power core. After they managed to repair it, Janet saw a vision of Kong conquering and destroying entire time. Kong revealed he was exiled by his variants out of fear, which drove Janet to turn against him. Outmatched, Janet used her Pym particles to enlarge the power core beyond use. Kong, having regained his powers, eventually conquered the quantum realm afterward. The Langs are taken to Kang, who demands that Scott helps get his power core back, or else he will kill Cassie. Scott is then taken to the core's location and shrinks down. He is nearly drowned in a sea of variants of himself. As Scott approaches the core, he is in the storm of probability where every possible version of himself exists simultaneously. but Hope arrives and helps him acquire the power core. However, Kong reneges on the deal, capturing Janet and destroying her ship with Hank on it. After being rescued by his aunts, who were also pulled into the quantum realm, rapidly and became hyper-intelligent, Pym helps Scott and Hope as they make their way to Kang. Kong reveals his plan to use the power core to transport his entire army to the multiverse to eliminate his other variants and to take complete control of but the uprising brings the entire quantum realm to fight against Kong, and his forces are near defeat. Kong is forced to enter the battle himself, allowing Janet to escape captivity and pursue the power core. Kong forces the rebels to run for cover, and the revolution is almost defeated. This is when Hank's aunts enter the battle and turn the tide in the rebels' favor. During the fight, Cassie convinces Cross to switch sides and fight Kang. Though he sacrifices his life, the ants are technologically superior to Kong and are able to easily overrun him. Janet fixes the power core as she, Pym, Hope, and Cassie jump through a portal home, but Kang attacks Scott. Before he can beat Scott into submission, Hope returns, and Scott and Kong destroy the power core, destroying Kong in the portal. Cassie reopens the portal for Scott and Hope to return home. As Scott happily resumes his life, he begins to rethink what he was told about Kang's death being the start of something terrible happening, but brushes it off. In a mid-credits scene, numerous variants of Kong, led by him, commiserate Kang's death and plan their multiversal uprising. In a post-credits scene, Loki and Mabius encountered another Kang variant, Victor Timely, on Earth in 1901. So as you can see, this movie has a lot of plot and a lot of characters, and that SYU decided to break it down for you. Now, we know it's still a lot, but it should be a little easier to understand now. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos, and click on the bell icon so that you will be notified when a new video comes out. You can also click on the like button because it really helps us out. Thank you for your support. And finally, if you want to watch the full review of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, click right here. See you next time!